I hope you're ready for a good laugh. Tonight's video is on something so shockingly bad that it is a tragicomedy. In the heat of battle, I say naughty things. You have been warned. Are you not entertained? I'm going to take you to the Warlord Khmer himself, as he is on the defensive and is collapsing fast. He has no idea, or he's willfully leading his people down the path to absolute zero.
I ran into some hiccup a little bit here because obviously every plan, it does not necessarily come up with, it's never necessarily going to be perfect. One thing is in the military, we always said the enemy has a vote. Well, the market has a vote. So no matter how great your plan is, and most great plan does not survive contact with the enemies.
If your plan is to willfully ignore the facts right in front of your face, and even after people such as great people, men as the Oracle, have tried to help you, you don't want it, and you banned everybody's speech. Anybody that disagrees with you, you ban them, kick them out of your Discord, anything.
So here we are, and it did not survive contact. The reason why it did not survive contact, if I'm forced to sell my income fund, either to pay off the margin or for whatever reason, if I have to sell it, then I fail. So I screw up somewhere, So obviously it did not work the way I wanted, but so now I gotta figure out how to get out of that situation and going into something, go into something. Oh, I don't know what that something is, but I gotta figure out how to get out of the situation.
I have a solution for you, Khmer. Stop being a Yieldmax. You're not married to Yieldmax, and this makes me question everything about you. Why do you continue to buy everything from them and not see the truth? It's almost negligence.
All right, let's take a look at my portfolio. Yesterday, since Monday, Tuesday, I was margin call a lot. It was at one point it was $9,000. So essentially, I reverse it. So now $9,000 buying power, but I was margin call a lot, and depending who I talked to, there was people who said sell the whole thing, cut everything loss, and I made a decision to wait out on Tuesday, and then I waited. Tuesday, I came up with a plan.
What I want you to notice here about Khmer's profile is that he makes the false assumption that his buying power is what is great because he has buying power. He does not have margin buffer. Margin buffer is what he needs to continue to keep his from the margin calls. If you don't know how to do this properly, please go to the Oracle's channel. I'm going to link one of his videos down here. I'll probably just link the channel, but he explains margin stacking properly. I used to follow Khmer. I follow the Oracle now, and I haven't been margin called one time since I switched my portfolio. The best thing that was told to him was to tear his portfolio down while he still has money in there and doesn't keep eating more losses.
And the plan was that if I still get margin call by Wednesday morning, if it doesn't go up, then I will sell NVD 500 shares. I will sell Misty 200 share, and that should bring it down to a reasonable number. And also, I will sell all my supporting establishment. I got a couple of funds, onesie and twosie share. That's all they are. It's just one share and two share. So I got rid of them too. All right. So I sold NVD 500 share. I sold Misty 200 share. With that, it gave me enough money to not only got rid of my margin, but it moved up my buying power to almost $9,000. Essentially $180 from Monday. Monday was $9,000 in a hole. Now it's $9,000 surplus.
For those of you who don't understand how Robinhood margin works, Khmer is going to make the false assumption here that his buying power is he's got $9,000 there. Actually, you divide that by 2. When you're on margin with Robinhood, it instantly doubles your money. So if I put $100 in, I get $200 worth of buying power. That is not going to save you here. His margin is still at high risk. He's got less than 3% of margin buffer before he goes right back into another margin call. Now, which the market has been really up and down. I've been up and down 3-4% here recently myself on my own buffer, but he's playing the dice every day. He's on the razor's edge every single day.
So my margin usage is down to $72,000 now. It went from $134,000 in January, January, February, March, and now it's sitting at $72,000. I'm going to get paid. We're going to calculate that here in a few minutes. I'm going to get paid maybe roughly about $2,000, and that we're going to contribute to this, and that's going to bring it to $70,000. So I'm continue to decrease the amount, but the problem is it came down just way too fast. I'm paying $2,000 a week into the margin, but yet it still come down really, really fast. And that's really the big problem. That is my bigger problem. My mistake is, for those who just kind of join and don't really know what was going on, my mistake is I overextended my margin. I used way too much margin. And then also, and of course, these funds, when they come down, I just got crushed on the margin side of here. So I'm just getting margin call left and right. I've been margin calls from January all the way until now. Every week I got margin call. But
for those who might not know the backstory in the Warlord Khmer here, he was apparently a Marine Corps major. He is not an uneducated man, and he even admits that he's been margin called for months on months now, and yet he can't seem to come to the conclusion that Yieldmax funds are NAV eroding all the time, that you're not getting, that they're not either, Yieldmax is not doing, they're overpaying you with these high yields. That's what they're doing. It's a marketing tactic. It's genius. They're getting paid no matter what.
What do? You get another brilliant idea, a special idea, another situation, another stock to reinvest his earnings and then some. And he will every single time because they're fucking addicted. And then you just keep doing this again and again and again. Meanwhile, he thinks he's getting shit rich, which he is on paper. But you and me, the brokers, we're taking home cold hard cash via commission, motherfucker.
This is the first time that hit me the hardest, because this is the first time I have to sell my core fund. These are the fund been with me since the very, very beginning. Once I start selling my core fund, it's going to be painful because I'm not generating the income that I used to generate the income. All right.
Once you start selling your core funds or your pillars, which our pillars here at Centurion Investing currently are XPay and XDTE. The Oracle recommended these as some of his core funds, and you can watch this as part of his margin stacking. But I still believe in XDTE due to the fact that it pays weekly. I like that every week, and the XPay pays monthly. So therefore, I can pretty much have a solid, steady flow of cash that I can constantly change or add to different positions that I want to, not letting the market dictate to me. But you might as well just be playing Jenga.
This is how to play Jenga. Step 1, find a loose piece. Nice job. Step 2.
So now I'm on a spiral hill downward. Now, what's going to save this, as long as my portfolio it's remained steady or up. So what I mean is, right now, 1 week I'm down $12,000, 20%, $19%. In 1 month I'm down 39%. So if it come back up to the 1 week schedule or 1 month schedule, then I'm back to normal. But if it doesn't come back up, then there's not much I can do about it. And I thought this point right here, March 3rd, I was going to be back to normal. But I'm just hoping right now to come back to March 9 period, which is essentially you're looking at 59,000, and right now sitting at 53,000. So I'm still about 6,000 away from the beginning of the March. But February, man, it was painful. February, it just dropped. I definitely cannot afford another drop.
I guess Khmer doesn't listen to what's going on with Donald Trump. I follow on Twitter or X, Trump, Elon Musk, everything that's going on with the government right now. You're welcome to join me on X there as well. I'm Centurion Investing there. It's kind of hilarious when Trump's out there saying that we might be headed to recession, that we might need that, and yet Khmer is sitting here hoping and dreaming that like his profile's magically going to go up. He knows that the NAV erosion's there. He is doing this. I'm telling you, it is almost as if it's on purpose.
Oh, so what happened if it's drop again? Well, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's just going to be bad. There's no way to answer that question. It's just going to be bad. All right. If I liquidate everything here, I will get $53,000. That's it, $53,000, and that's not good.
You should cut and run right now, Khmer. At least you'd have $53,000. That's halfway to the magic $100,000 level that Warren Buffett and everybody chases after. So do it now and save yourself and stop stealing money from your wife's account.
Get a job, pal.
Miss, are you okay?
What happened?
Let me help you up.
Oh.
All right, now. All right. Ma'am, you were just the victim of a New York City mugger. As I suspected, he was a coward and a weakling.
I mean, but at least I don't have margin anymore. So that's something to think about. All right. And just start all over. Start over. And all right, so let's go ahead and calculate how much I'm gonna make for this week since we got week 2. All right. So this is March, and now we're gonna go week 2, and so that's week 1. So this is week 2, and week 2 is Misty. Misty is 1,000. Let me double check, make sure it's precise. It's 1,500, and I will type it in 1,500. Shares at paying $1.37, I believe. All right, and then Ulti paid this week. I have 4,000 share at, I believe they pay 10 cents. All right. So this is easy. It's going to be $400. This, I have to do some calculation here. All right. So 1,500 times 1.37. That's $2,000. All right, so total, subtotal equal to, that is 2,055 plus 400. So I'm going to get 2,400.
First off, Khmer, look at what your portfolio has done. I can't remember if Ulti in that last week was still on this monthly pay at 0.46 cents or not. And you're counting on Ulti in week 2 there for 10 cents. That's, I mean, right there you should know that you're eroding away your funds right at the get-go. And you better be prepared for in the next few weeks your income's going to keep. I imagine Ulti's going to stay around that point 10. That's where I was actually figuring it out myself, thinking that it would be. All right. Now the next point to this. ROBINHOOD, margin again. He's going to get $2,500 roughly worth of dividends put into his account. That's going to equal $5,000 worth of buying power. He's going to, if he blows all of that buying power, he will be right back into a margin call once again, and we're all going to be sitting here on this ticking time bomb waiting for his portfolio to blow up. I really feel sorry for the man, but then again, no, I don't. No, I don't. At this point, he's supposed to be a Marine major. He knows better. I mean, you don't get to that rank without being at least competent, and it's just what he's doing is leading everybody off a cliff. He's literally leading you off a cliff. So, as I've said before in other videos, he is the Jim Jones of the stock market. I mean, as bad as that sounds, he is definitely making you drink the Kool-Aid of Yieldmax, and that'll be for a later video.